Beas to the boys. Mike Fisher reporting from Oxnard, California, home of Dallas Cowboys training camp, where this was glory hole day. And of course, Jerry Jones made all kinds of news. Every single sentence that came fluttering out of his mouth became a headline, and we've got many of those and all of those covered for you over the course of time at cowboyssi.com, and we'll talk about them here too. But along the line, over the course of the day, Cole Beasley entered the news, Cowboys news. Our old friend Beas, Little Elm, Texas, and a true success story, Texas success story, as an extremely undersized guy, UDFA rookie, you'll remember, with the Cowboys, had a tough experience at camp, went home and thought football wasn't for him, got talked back into giving it one more try, and the next thing you know, here we are. He's 33 years old, and he's got an accomplished resume now, but also does not have a job. I do think, my understanding is, teams are in contact with Cole Beasley. I don't know if the Cowboys are one of them, but Beasley did use Twitter today to say hello to the Cowboys. Somebody said, I wonder if Beasley would even come back here. Somebody said it on Twitter. And Beasley shoots right back and said, I would, because of Dak. Now, let's not make too much of this. The Cowboys aren't shopping for a Beasley. They already let Julio Jones slip through their fingers, completely conscious of what that means to them, because they feel like, as we've discussed here before, we're going to give the guys we have our shot. They're going to get their shot first. CeeDee Lamb, and then the rest of the fellas. CeeDee Lamb's going to be fine, and the rest of the fellas are going to get their shot. And we start to see Jalen Tolbert and James Washington and the rest of the guys on the field on Wednesday for the first time at training camp. How back burner is Cole Beasley? I think the Cowboys, if they do sign a veteran receiver in the next month or so, I think it's going to be somebody, frankly, with more size and somebody, frankly, with more youth. But it is fascinating that Beasley would throw his hat back into the ring for a couple reasons. One, it speaks volumes about Dak Prescott. He says the reason why is Dak. Two, that means there's other reasons that he wouldn't if it wasn't for Dak. And you remember that when Beas left here, he had some negative things to say about the organization and the fan base and the facilities and the setup and all of that stuff. And then there's the issue of the vaccination thing. And I suppose as a league, we are past that now. But you recall Jerry Jones, and we've broken this down in great detail over the course of the Amari Cooper months since the Cowboys decided he wasn't quite for them. You know, the Amari Cooper vax decision. We've never confirmed that that's on the list of issues for the Cowboys, reasons why he's gone. People continue to speculate about it, and frankly, people continue to write and talk about it as if they know it's fact. I don't believe they do know it's fact. It's a speculative piece of sense, though, and if that applied to Amari Cooper, not because COVID is still an NFL issue necessarily, but because, as Jerry pointed out, I'm paraphrasing, this isn't a me game. This is a we game. This is a game of sacrifice. This is a game of we all got to do something for the guy next to us. And in his view, going back 2 years, if you had that view on COVID and vaccinations, and the league was asking you, your employer was asking you to shelve that view, and you didn't, you know. Now again, we can turn this into a political football. That's not the point here. The point is, I think Beasley has some black marks against him in terms of reuniting with the Cowboys. But nevertheless, fascinating that Cole Beasley would reach out and say, yeah, I'd go back to the Cowboys again because of Dak. We'll have more all night and all morning, and of course on Wednesday we've got practice. We're going to get into the Julio Jones situation. We're going to get into Jerry Jones using the M word, and we're going to get into what Micah Parsons just did with his body. All that's coming up Wednesday from Oxnard with the Fish and with the Cowboys. Fish out.